Greetings fellow warriors and welcome back to another Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord video. Today I've got a really special video for you. Some of you may remember back in 2022 I covered a mod called Life in Caradia. Since then there haven't been any new updates to the mod, or so it may seem. However, the author did actually push out constant updates on his Discord server, which I was totally unaware of, and in this video I want to go through most of the changes and new additions that were added in the past 2 years. So sit back and enjoy this little journey of Kundbert. Now, before we begin, let's just make clear, I didn't name him that way, okay? I may have snuck in a little T, but that's, I guess, the French way of pronouncing his name. By the way, only a small percentage of you beautiful people watching this very video are actually subscribed to the channel. If you like the content or mods that I'm creating, be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. That would really make my day. You can always unsub later if you start to hate me, but other than that, let's dive in to today's video. After a life of pillaging and raiding with a warband of do-no-goods, Kundbert finally wants to settle down, with a new name, new companions, a new life essentially. And what better way than to flee the country and leave everything behind, just to start anew. During his glory days he made a small fortune, so gold isn't really a talking matter, but how will we be able to purchase new land? Well, thankfully there's a new game menu option called Properties inside towns and villages. There we can see the type of the estate, as well as its state, so vacant or rented, its owner, tenants, levels, size, related areas if there are any, its price, max income and occupants. To buy an estate you just have to click on the talk button, which will then initiate dialogue with its owner. In the about properties section you can buy any vacant estate the notable offers. Being on the run for such a long time, it feels nice to have something that you can call home. But Kundbert asked surprised, "Where's all the furniture?" Well, in true Minecraft fashion, you can now decorate your home yourself. By pressing the middle mouse key, a new build menu window will pop up. From there you can either add new elements or open the selection menu of all current elements in the estate. Inside the Add Elements menu, you'll be greeted by a variety of new objects, from furniture and walls to workbenches and animal husbandry items. There are a bunch of objects you can add to your house. Where do you get furniture from, you may ask? Well, just talk to any shop workers inside towns. By clicking the Let me see your furniture dialog option, you can purchase a bunch of objects, allowing you to make your home truly feel like a home. Now we can build a bed, some chairs, a workbench, tables and decorations. Kundbert is happy, and the interior is really taking shape. Additionally, we can create any object we desire using the new workbench. Inside the craft details window, you can see what kind of items you require to create the furniture you want. It's a really nice system if you don't want to spend thousands of dinars on pre-built furniture. Also, these are not the only objects you can build. By picking one object, you can cycle through different designs by pressing either the K or L keys. While sitting on the newly built chair, Kundbert couldn't help himself but pick out his phone. By the way, this is all accurate to the Caradian lore, don't even question it, and start playing Royal Match. And that brings us to today's sponsor, Royal Match. Royal Match is a free-to-play Match 3 puzzle game. Join forces with King Robert to restore the royal castle to its former glory, conquer obstacles and unleash exciting power-ups in a quest to see the castle come alive. With millions of players worldwide, you'll unlock new areas and embark on a journey filled with exciting challenges. And the best part of it all? Royal Match is completely free to play with no annoying ads. Plus, no internet connection is required. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or scan my QR code and embark on a journey to royal greatness. A huge thank you to Royal Match for the sponsor, and let's get back to the video. Kundbert and his wife, which for some reason hasn't been introduced up until now, were happy when suddenly a knocking on the door. "Who's there?" asked Kundbert. "An old friend." Kundbert's face lost all its color. "An old friend? No, that can't be." The voice sounds awfully familiar. Suddenly, the door is kicked open and a shadowy figure stood before him, weapon in hand. Kundbert quickly grabbed his blade that he conveniently placed on the table, and then silence. Silence, which is shattered by the screeching pleas of the townsfolk, yelling, "Murder! Murder!" Kundbert must act, and thus flee once again. "Towns are too dangerous," he claimed. "We must flee somewhere remote." After weeks of traveling, finally a remote village. And hey, would you look at that? One of the estates comes with a plot of land where we can plant crops and trees. But without seeds, this piece of land is useless. Seeds can be acquired by town traders. Just walk around any town center and look for NPCs conveniently named Trader. There you can see a bunch of new dialogue options. You can either buy fresh food or farming articles like pitchforks, pickaxes, apple tree seeds, pumpkin seeds and much more. With your pitchfork in hand, you can now dig holes and plant seeds. For easier management, you can interact with the property info banner to highlight the area where you can plant stuff. Additionally, inside this menu you can sell or rename your estate. After successfully planting the seeds, it'll take a while until it can be harvested. While we wait, we can take a look at another new feature that this mod offers, a cooking system. Interacting with the cooking pot on the stove, a new window will pop up that lets you select what kind of food you want to process. From cooked meat to apple pies to sausages, there's a bunch of new stuff you can create. Inside the upper right panel window, you see what kind of ingredients you need to create your succulent meal. Once you gathered everything, you can click the start button and the time bar will tell you when it's ready. I need some companions, Cuthbert thought to himself, to keep me and my family safer. And thus, Cuthbert gathered a bunch of new companions, willing to help him. However, for the companions to stay at his house, the house will have to meet certain criteria. Different notables will have different requirements. The requirements are the level, size, relation to the player, beds, table, chairs, stoves and decorations. Some notable want to reside inside a big home, while others are fine with smaller ones. If all the requirements are met, you can tell them to reside inside your estates. You can also rent houses to your companions. They will give you a certain amount of dinars to stay there each day. You can see how much you gain from it by hovering over the gold icon on the campaign map, just like with workshops. In addition to that, by selecting the fief menu inside the clan menu, you can see all the estates that you've bought, as well as additional information. Like for example adding employees to animal husbandry estates. Which brings us to this exact feature. Yes, you heard right, horse breeding is a feature in this mod. To do that, you obviously need to firstly buy an animal husbandry estate. Then walk to the plot of land indicated by a horse icon and build all the necessary objects under the animal husbandry build mode tab, like a horse training station, a feeder or simple sleeping bunks. After building everything you need, you can now hire employees. These will either make your horses breed or train them. Breeding them will create a new horse with a random name. Training them will make the horse move up a tier, thus enhancing its stats like their speed, charge damage, hit points and so on. Buying all this stuff can be quite expensive in the long run and Cuthbert's funds are running dry. Especially hardwood and iron ore is difficult to come by during these troubling times. And that brings us to another new feature, mining and cutting wood. The mining system allows you to buy temporary access to mines scattered throughout various Empire and Valandian towns. How it works is you need to find a mine first. To do that you can go to any notable and picking the "I would like some advice about something" dialogue option. Inside you can see a bunch of new dialogue trees which explain a ton of features of the mod, so if you get lost or wonder why something doesn't work, it's best to consult these notables. However, in our context we want to find a mine, thus picking the "Is there a mine around" option. If there are any mines around, he'll list the locations. If there aren't, he'll just say no. Luckily for us, our dinars were well spent and he listed a few locations which we will soon visit. With our pickaxe in hand, we need to interact with the banner and pick the Buy Entrance option, which will give us access for the mines for a certain amount of days. Entering the mines, we are looking for stones with shiny metal inside them. Just like in Minecraft, we'll just start destroying the stone, bit by bit, until it breaks. That way we'll be able to get either iron ore or coal. Woodcutting almost works the same way. You just need to pick the option, "Is there a forest around where I can cut wood?" and they tell you where to find these forests. Equipped with our axe in hand this time, we can either pay for access or illegally harvest the trees, which will result in relationship penalties with the residing notables. Trees also have a falling over animation, which is a pretty nice detail given that Bannerlord isn't even built around such a concept. So now, with a proper income by breeding horses, buying, decorating and renting out houses, living off of your own crops, Cuthbert can finally have the life he always dreamed of. But little does Cuthbert know that his newly found peace will soon be disrupted by another knock on the door. Only this time, none of Cuthbert's associates will be alive to tell the tale. Not even himself.
No!
And yeah, I guess this is the end of this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button or maybe even subscribe to the channel. That would really make my day. Join my Discord server if you want to talk with me or other like-minded people about all kinds of stuff. And I see you all in my next video. Become a patron or YouTube member today, and bye. Another huge shout out to these YouTube members and Patreons. Wow, Kenneth Riele, Athena, Mother of the Institute, G. Morrissey, Jack Rage, Josh Harding, Lyrian, Hoogie, Rain, sold for $7, We Are Fitzgerald, Wolfie UK, Zach B, Yakato, Fig, Great Lion, Chizukero, Serhafire, Pyrealized, Ed Kainer, Chains, Max, Clinky Man and all the other supporters for supporting the channel.